Oh, that's what it said. Whoever came up with the MEBOUNDS thing, y'all ate that up, because rebounds, MEBOUNDS, CREBOUNDS, KeyBounds, T-bounds, C-bound, anything that comes off that board, it's mine. It's mine. And a brand, that's 6 figures right there. Whoever came up with that, the trolling, I love when y'all do it, because like the ideas be good. Like when y'all have to alter my face and shit because I'm cute. All right, whatever. Like that doesn't get me. But like when y'all came up with MEBOUNDS, because statistically all the rebounds that I get aren't always just mine. They're like the defenses too, or somebody else's on my team. But when y'all came up with MEBOUNDS, y'all ate one little thing. Jenny, we're working. We're gonna work with that. But yeah, happy game day.
Welcome back to another episode of Perspective. I'm your host, Brooklyn 80s. Back with another good episode for you guys today. We had a good episode yesterday. Yesterday, the first time I went 7 hours. That's wild. I didn't expect that. But it ain't feel like 7 hours because it was a great conversation. So we're going to have another great conversation today. But before we get into all that, make sure you subscribe to the page, like the page. I want to say shout out to everybody who's been rocking with me. You feel me? Shout out to all my subscribers. You know, shout out to everybody who's been hitting the like button. Shout out to my old subscribers and my new subscribers. Man, you know what I'm saying? People been rocking with the kid. You feel me? People been supporting me. So I want to say shout out to y'all. I'm the new kid on the block. You feel me? I'm the new kid on the block, and I get a lot of love and support from you guys. So I want to say I appreciate that. It seemed like, you know, my voice is, even though I'm not as big pause as other platforms, my voice is still being heard. So, you know, I appreciate that. So I want to say shout out to everybody who've been subscribing to the channel. Shout out to everybody who've been liking the channel. My last video, y'all ran the likes up. Run the likes up on this video, please. Holla at me in the comments. You already know. You talk to me. I talk back. You feel me? Share the videos. And for the people that's jumping in the live right now, tell everybody I'm live, man. Pull up. Tell everybody pull up. Let's have a conversation. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the whole Wnba today. We're gonna focus a little bit on our Chicago Sky because you know we got to do that. But we're gonna talk a little bit about the matchups that's happening tomorrow. We're gonna talk a little bit about the state of some of these teams thus far. We pretty much 1/4. We 1/4 of the way through the season. So, you know, we're gonna have a conversation. Let me make sure my mic is right because it's give me 1 second because I don't think I did that. Oh, okay, my mic is good. Good. Nice. I see everybody piling in here. Miss D, the first one in here. Shout out to you, Miss D. 6 Women Sports. Shout out to you. She says, hey, Perspective. What's good, Miss D? How you feeling today? She says, great businesswoman. Glad to see trademark her haters. That's a fact. You know, we gonna coin the phrase MEBOUNDS. The trolls finally got something right. You feel what I'm saying? The trolls finally got something right. Reddit Milky Way says, hey, Brooklyn. What's good, Reddit? Alyssa B says, happy belated Dad's Day. I appreciate that. I'm not a dad yet, but still I appreciate it. Shout out to all the dads out there. Definitely happy belated Father's Day to all the dads out there. Donna Cox says, Brooklyn, how are you? I'm doing great. How you doing, Donna Cox? Reddit Milky Way letting him know he's not a father. I'm not a father. He is not the father. Not yet. Hopefully soon, though. Hopefully soon. Paige says, hey, Brooklyn, what's good, Paige? Babyface Paige, what's good? Donna Cox says, good evening, chat. Brother Milky Way says, hit the like button and subscribe. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Reddit Milky Way says, hey, Donna Paige. And Miss D. Keystone says, hey there, this was genius. Hate pays too. That's a fact, man. You gotta get your money, man. And one thing I love about Angel is she's growing. Listen, she was a 22-year-old, 21-year-old, and I'm assuming 20-year-old, right? Because I think she was 20, if I'm not mistaken, during I think she had to be 20 around the championship game, and that's when all the hate started coming her way. So from 20 to 23, she's learning how to deal with it better. We see the growth. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to Angel for that. Gamble's laughing. Oh, I didn't read this one. I'm sorry. He says, I hope your 8 baby mamas hooked you up. No, okay, that's why you laugh. That's funny. Alyssa B says, Aunts and Uncles Day is July 26th, if that's applicable. Okay, I didn't know that. Learned something new today. Patricia B says, hey, Brooklyn and Chai, what's going on? What's going on? So yeah, we got a good show today. Like I said, we're gonna talk about a few things. Let me pull my notes up. I'm actually gonna pose a question to y'all. Let's start with the Aces. I'm gonna pose a question to y'all. Let's start with the Las Vegas Aces. I want to know, why do you guys think the Aces are struggling right now? And what can the Aces do to get back on their feet? Or are the Aces as we know them, which is a championship team, are they done? Is it over for the Aces? But if it's not over for the Aces, what can they do to get back on track? Right? And my question is, I know it's like 3 questions in there, so max you all of them. It's like 3 or 4 questions in there, but why do you guys think the Aces are struggling, man? 5-5 on the season right now. What can they do to get back on their feet? Rather, Milky Way says Asia gone, but I think it's over for them. Okay. It's looking like it, right? Because last season they came out and they struggled. You know, we blamed it on health. We blamed it on health last season. Issa says, hey, BK, what's good, Issa? We blamed it on health last season. But I don't know. We can't really blame it on health this season. Everybody came in healthy and they still were struggling. Now, we could blame it on chemistry this season, right? Players just trying to figure out how to play together. Obviously, we know Asia's out right now, but I don't think Asia's going to be out for long. She got hit in the face. I believe. I haven't read anything. I haven't done no research, but I believe she's probably going through the concussion protocol. You know, she got hit in the head, so she's probably going through that. So she'll probably be out for a couple games until they, deem her healthy to play. But I'm not gonna say I think they're done. I don't think they're done just yet. But I can't argue with anybody who says they are done, because it's looking like it, right? It's looking like they can't put it together. It's like no matter what they do, it seemed like the league might have just caught up to them. And then on top of that, here's another question. This is another question that was in my notes. Has Fee caught up to Asia? That's another question, right? That everybody's talking about. I don't think so. Me personally, I still think Asia's the best in the game. Me personally. But you got to respect what Asia's doing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I heard this. I didn't research it myself, but I heard it on one of the sports programs that Fee is shooting 50 above 50, 40, 90 right now for the season. So you got to take that into account. That's a great season. To my understanding, I think I heard not many people have done that in the WNBA. I know I know Della Dawn done it. I think Sue Bird done it. I'm not sure who else has done it, but I know not many people have done that. So with Fee playing up into that level, does that close the gap between her and Asia? I already said last season that I think Fee surpassed Stewie. I think Fee surpassed Stewie last season. So I guess now her sights is set on Asia. You get what I'm saying? Already Milky Way says they were struggling with Asia. That's a fact. They was definitely struggling. They blamed it on Chelsea being hurt and Plum jacking up shots. That's a fact. Paige says, I feel like the Aces are struggling because they don't have a bench and Jackie and Drew don't play well together. That's a fact. In fact, they just brought that question up not too long ago to Becky Hammond in the post-game press conference about Drew Lloyd possibly coming off the bench, and she said that Drew Lloyd actually brought the conversation up to help out the bench. So I actually think that's a good idea because that was my argument with Indiana. And if you know basketball, that's what I'll be trying to tell people. People think you could just put all these great players on one team, but there's only one ball. You get what I'm saying? Everybody, sometimes you need to put some of those guys on the bench just so they could be their best selves. So we'll see. I do know with Asia being out, it looks like Drew Lloyd is playing better. So she might be better suited off the bench when Asia comes back. That's a good point. Reddit Milky Way says Asia is for sure the best. But I think MVP is the MVP. Okay. I think this her season. We're gonna see. You want to know what scares me, or not what scares me, but what concerns me? The look on Asia's face. I don't know if y'all seen it. I believe it was the last game, if I'm not mistaken. The last game they played, Asia was sitting up there, with I can't think of his name. Her boyfriend. I know he's from the Heat. I can't think of his name right now. But she was sitting up there in the skybox, and she was not like, her face was like she wasn't kikiing or nothing. So that kind of makes me seem like she gonna come back like with seem like she gonna come back with a point to prove. And I don't think you really want. It's certain players you don't want them to have a point to prove. You want to kind of just let them play their game. So I don't know. We're gonna see about that. Philip says, my man, I love me some Angel Reese, and she is living rent-free inside of the media head. I'm loving her trademark MEBOUND with the press being in their feelings. That's a fact. I'm excited to see the apparel because I feel like that's why she did it. Like, I'm excited to see the apparel come out with and the thing she come up with for MEBOUND. Like that's gonna be dope and hilarious. Donna Cox says Becky, like the sky, didn't get Asia a backup. Stokes is a liability on offense and chemistry is in there. That's a fact. They did actually. Donna, they got a backup, but she got pregnant. So it is what it is. But so yeah, Nam, you absolutely right. They don't have a backup. And right now, Kia Stokes is being the typical Kia Stokes is providing defense and rebounds, but nothing else. And then it's looking like Liz Kitley, I don't know. She off that injury, maybe she still just haven't found her footing yet, because it looked like she's afraid of the physicality. But I like Liz Kitley. I think Liz Kitley is a really good player, but she's just looking right now like she's just not comfortable with the physicality. So we're gonna see about that. Reddit Milky Way says Kennedy. I'm assuming that you're saying Kennedy can help the Aces. I really don't know why you saying Kennedy. Maybe you could explain that to me. Reddit says, did Carter not shoot over 50%? I believe she did from the midi. I know she didn't take a lot of threes. I believe she was close to, I don't know if she was over, but she was definitely close to 50%. If I'm not mistaken, that's without me looking at the stats, but I think so. Alyssa B says, like the Lakers when they had Malone and Payton and still didn't win. That's a fact. We talked about that yesterday. Sometimes you can't just throw a whole bunch of players on a team and think it's going to work out for you. Chemistry is definitely important. You know what I'm saying? I see some new names in here, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. You feel me? Paige said, Patricia B says, hey, Paige. Donna Cox says, Asia not going. Facts. Asia definitely not going for that. Ariel McCall says, fire. I don't know what the fire emojis before, but heard you though. Heard you. Brass Tax, my brother, what's going on? He says, Brooklyn, what's up, man? Long time no talk, but I've been liking your streams and videos. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you. You know, you already know. You seen me from the beginning when I was coming on my brother HD's channel. Shout out to HD. And everybody else channel at the time. You know, KSAP gave me the battery. They do this, myself, Big Bro. Shout out to Big Bro. So, you know, I'm trying to do my best, man, to bring good content to the airwaves. So I hope that people appreciate, you know, what I bring. You get what I'm saying? If you appreciate what I bring, everybody hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a good conversation tonight. You heard? Bam, thank you. Bam Adebayo. Yo, for some reason I be blanking on these names. I be knowing like it's weird. It's like almost like my brain like, you know what, you can't know everything. Because I not to toot my own, and of course I don't know everything, and of course like you know, you can always learn new stuff. But I'm really and it's because of the love. That's really what it is, people. It's because I love this game. You get what I'm saying? Because I love the game, and I love the game since a kid. Like Jordan made me fall in love with the game, and ever since I seen Jordan, I fell in love with the game. So because of that, I'm very knowledgeable about the game because I love the game, but I be forgetting simple things like a person name that I know, but I'm like, yo, I just can't think of the name right now, which I know who I'm talking about. Shout out to Bam Adebayo. You heard? Alyssa B says, Reddit Milky Way. I don't know, but she was 48.7. Okay, so that's what I said. I know she was close to 50. I don't know if she was over 50. But she definitely was efficient. You know, she definitely she deserved to be in the league. The season Kennedy put together last year is a season that is in my big bro KSAP words is diabolical. It's diabolical why she not in the league right now. You get what I'm saying? But that just shows a lot of people that be in their feelings petty. We seen it with Shador Sanders, right? We see it with certain people where it's like right now the target is on your back. It is what it is. We, you know, the powers that be, the who's who, just want to target you for right now, and you the villain. So she should be in the league right now with the season she put together last year. That's a fact. KL Jones Media says, "Hey Brooklyn, hey Chad, what's good? What's good, K? How you feeling today?" Paige says the Aces need a big that can take the pressure off Asia and the offense. That's a fact. Like I said, I'm really high on Liz Kitley, and I think she's gonna turn it around at some point. But yeah, it seems like, and she says she's coming back. Tyus Parker Tyus, Cheyenne Parker Tyus. I think I'm saying her name correctly. She says she's coming back. I don't know if she's gonna come back in time. And I don't even think she should rush back. A pregnancy is a serious thing. So, you know, this is just basketball. I don't even think she should rush back. But yeah, the Aces might want to address that sooner than later because it was a problem last season. It was a problem in the playoffs, and we see as an issue now, right? They need another serviceable big, not just a big body. They need another serviceable big down there that could do more than just defend. They need somebody who could defend and score a little bit down there. So you want to know what? Destiny Adams is available. She didn't get drafted, and she's a really good big. She should be in the league. Destiny Adams. Shout out to my brother Mo 3. He was high on Destiny Adams all year. She should be in the league. Maybe that's who the Aces need. Shout out to Destiny Adams. You know what I'm saying? KL says the branding and marketing professional in me is too excited about AR handling her business with the trademark. That's a Snapple top fact, L. And I'm happy you on our team, right? I'm happy our community got a person like you to help us think in that fashion. Paige says, hey, L. Patricia says, I think the person that trolled her about MEBOUNDS supposedly is getting a lawyer now. Oh, he or she is tight. That's hilarious. MEBOUNDS, rebounds, rebounds. Bodie Mack says, Malone and Peyton was 50 years old. Peyton ended up winning the championship with Shaq after that, though, right? So he wasn't too. Peyton wasn't too old to win the championship, and I think Malone would have still won the championship as well had he wanted to still, play. I think he might have retired after that, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he played after that. But Peyton went ahead and went with Shaq to Miami and won the championship. So he wasn't too old to win the championship. KL says Angel should also trademark Reese Bounds if she hasn't already, and host a clinic in the off season for young girls on how to massively collect rebounds like she does. Go ahead and send that to her. Go ahead, maybe, get and make that known. Angel, if you watching the show, there you go. KL just gave you another word to trademark. But go ahead and send that to her just in case she missed the show. Patricia says, hey, Al. Brother Milky Way says, hey, Brass. Patricia says, hey, Brass. Andre says, what up, Brooklyn? What's good, Andre? How you? KL says, Patricia, I hope that's true so they could get laughed out. So they can get laughed out of the courts. Brass Tax says, what up, Patricia? Reddit. KL says, Media Jones. KL Jones Media says, how are you, Paige and Patricia? Liquid Ocelot. Okay, I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, so I appreciate your name, brother. He says, whoever came up with the term MEBOUNDS, you just put more money in Angel Reese's pockets, and she probably gonna be laughing her A off all the way to the bank. That's a fact. Shout out to Liquid Ocelot. Liquid Ocelot, what's your favorite Metal Gear Solid game? And are you excited for the remastered Snake Eater pause 3 coming out either later this year or sometime next year? Donna Cox says, KL, how are you? KL Jones Media says, how you feeling, Reddit? Paige says, I'm doing good. Okay. I get in the conversations. I'm gonna pose another question to y'all then. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still get to y'all. But I'm gonna pose another question. Let's go with a fun one. What's the biggest so far this season? Like I said, we won 4 for the way in, right? We won 4 for the way through the season. It's 44 games. We about 10 to 11 games through the season, right? What's your biggest surprises that happened so far? And what's your biggest disappointments so far? I could tell you mine. Chicago is a disappointment of mine. Chicago, I thought, would at least be an 8th seed, at worst, and at best, probably be a 5th seed. So Chicago is a disappointment of mine. Surprises of mine, I could say Washington. I could say the Valks. The Valkyries is definitely surprising how they playing. I would have never assumed that they'd be playing as well as they beat the Aces already this year, right? Let me see. What's another surprise? I'm surprised on how well Phoenix, Seattle, and Atlanta is playing. Those three teams specifically, because those 3 teams I didn't know how to feel about them. I knew they could be good, or I knew they could be really bad. But the way that they playing, all 3 of those teams, they looking like they could maybe knock off one of those big 3 teams, which is, I'm gonna still throw the Aces in there even though they're struggling. Minnesota. I'm gonna still throw Indiana in there even though they record is not the greatest. I'm gonna still throw Indiana in there, and obviously the Liberty. Those 4 teams, those 3 teams look like they could maybe contend and compete with them. So those are surprises for me. Another disappointment is let's see, what's another disappointment for me? Another disappointment, and it's not Paige's fault. It's how Dallas is performing. I could say that. The way Dallas is performing. And I think Paige is playing great. But the way Dallas as a team is performing is a disappointment for me. Get what I'm saying? Let me see what y'all think. SL says she shot 28% field goal percentage, trademark watermarks. Still her shot is off the mark. Okay. Not an Angel Reese fan. Nothing wrong with that. Shout out to you. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel. In fact, let me do this real quick. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. Wrong one. All right. All right, we back. KL says, you said her name correctly. I don't think she should rush back though. Not that soon after giving birth. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Cheyenne Parker Tyus. Yeah, I don't think she should rush back. There's bigger things in basketball. And like I said, Destiny Adams is available. I don't know if y'all familiar with Destiny Adams, but familiarize yourself with her game. She can help out the aces. Reddit Milky Way says, I'm glad you're doing well, L. Reddit Milky Way says, these trolls never rest. KL says, SL, even with the field goal percentage, which will improve, she will be making money off the stupidity like you're spewing. What won't change, though, is your income potentially. Drop some fire emojis. Drop some fire emojis in the chat for KL flaming. For KL flaming SL. Real quick, I don't play with the community. Yeah, like I said, I don't take it personal. But the community, I can't control the community. The community is gonna flame you. So if you're gonna come in here respectful. But listen, everybody's welcome. You do not have to be a Angel Reese fan and join my channel. I just ask for respect across the board. And respect across the board for me means no off the court slander. You can say whatever you want about any player abilities on the court when we could discuss it. Just don't talk about these women off the court. That's my only thing. But I can't control how the community feel. The community is gonna roast you. Patricia says, I am too, L. Glad you're doing well. KL says, thank you, Brooklyn. I appreciate that. You already know. Henry says, Angel, pull a Uno reverse with a trademark. That's a fact. Snapple top fact. KL says, that's all hers. KL says, Henry, she sure did. I love it. Gamble says, that might not go through though. Just like Taco Tuesdays. Wody says, I would like another Hitman game with Metal Gear. Enough back to basketball. Yeah, the Hitman games is cool. I never played them, but the Metal Gear games, if y'all not gamers, what makes the Metal Gear games so fire is a storyline. Like the Metal Gear games, every game is connected. For instance, the reason why I commended the gentleman Liquid Snake name is because if you know anything about Metal Gear Solid, each is multiple snakes. It's not just one person, right? So you got Solid Snake, pause. Solid Snake is my favorite, pause. That's the son, right? Then you got Naked Snake, pause. Naked Snake is the father, right? And then you got Liquid Snake, pause. Liquid Snake is like, is a twin brother, I believe, or something like that, but it's the evil one. So correct me if I'm wrong, Liquid Ocelot. But they all the games is connected, and that's what make them so fire. My favorite Metal Gear Solid game is Guns of the Patriots. I believe that was Metal Gear Solid 4. And I think pause. I gotta keep saying pause because this name is so crazy. But Snake Eater is probably the best game actually, and that's probably why they remastering it, because Snake Eater came out when the graphics and all that, it came out on the PS2 when the graphics and all that wasn't that great, but it was still a fire game. So those probably the best two games, Metal Gear Solid 3 and Metal Gear Solid 4, which is Snake Eater's 3 and Guns of the Patriots is 4. Metal Gear Solid is a fire franchise though. For all my gamers out there, and if I said something wrong, if I misspoke, correct me. For my gamers out there, KL says Brooklyn, I had to get that cell together real quick with that nonsense. They sound like that's a fact. Listen, man, people come in here and troll. It's cool. Listen, I understand they don't got nothing better to do. And I would understand. Here's my thing about the trolling. I would understand the trolling if I was in here disrespecting Caitlin Clark or disrespecting some of these players. I would get it, because that's why I go troll other pages. I don't just go in somebody's page and just troll them. If I see you in there disrespecting Angel Reese, then I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna speak, I'm gonna talk my ish for Angel Reese. But as you can see, this is inclusive. It's no division with this channel. You get, I'm team pick sides though. I'm team pick sides. I pick the side. My line is drawn in the sand with Angel Reese. That's it. It ain't nothing else to it. My line is drawn. I'm team Angel Reese. But that don't mean I gotta hate Caitlin Clark. I don't hate her. I could look at Caitlin Clark and see what she's valuable at. I could see what she needs to work on, what she's weak at, and I could have a basketball conversation, because that's why, again, going back to what I said earlier, that's why I love the game. I love the game because I love the game. So I could sit here and talk basketball all day, even about players that's not my favorite. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. These other people, it just seem like they don't got no life and they just want to troll. It's like they just want to troll. They don't got nothing better to do. I got a lot going on. For real. That's why sometimes it's hard for me to make time for this. So that's why I'm telling y'all, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, and I'm back. But I got a lot going on in life. I don't have time to just troll for no reason. So these trolls, I guess they just don't got nothing going on. So like you said, that income probably not going to change. That income potential, right? Because you don't got nothing going on for yourself. All you want to do is just troll people for no reason. And that's sad, because it's like, why would you troll somebody that's such a good person for the community? Angel Reese is not out here selling A. She's not out here selling drugs. She's not out here committing crimes. She's not out here doing anything that warrants people to disrespect her. But they just do it because they don't got nothing better to do, right? This is somebody. In fact, Angel Reese, if you have a daughter, Angel Reese should be somebody you should have your daughter looking up to. Look how she's creating business opportunities, right? Look what she's doing with her career. She's only 23, people. Look at what she's doing with herself. This is a role model that you should be wanting your daughter to model herself after. Hey, but what do I know, right? Reddit says, I would say my biggest surprise was a triple-double. Okay, that was definitely a surprise. You want to know what? Speaking of that, Reddit, I'm gonna piggyback off what you're saying, because I knew Angel Reese could dribble the ball. I'm surprised on how well she dribbles the ball, because again, it's certain skills. Again, as somebody who knows basketball, it's certain skills that you could not have that you could develop, and there's certain skills that you could not have is very hard to develop. Case in point, if you're not a shooter, you could develop a jump shot. But if you're not a dribbler, it's very hard to develop dribbling skills. And I could see her dribbling skills getting better in a short amount of time. Like she really looks comfortable handling the ball. She's moving at full speed without losing the ball. She's able to cross over in real time. Like she's protecting the ball. Hey, let's talk about it. Real Money, I see you in the chat. My Caitlin Clark fans are gonna get mad at me. My Caitlin Clark people are gonna get mad at me when I say this, but I gotta say it. Hey, Angel just had a triple-double with 2 turnovers. That's great. That's great work right there. That's, you understand? Put some respect on that girl name, man. This is a center we talking. This is a 6'3", 6'4" power forward center we talking about out there with 10 assists and 2 turnovers. Put some respect on that girl name. You heard? Did I read this? Just joking. I would say the blowouts. Okay, yeah, the blowouts. Yeah, that's definitely surprising. Valks and Mystics are definitely a huge surprise to me. I'm disappointed about the Sky as well, as the Liberty big loss this weekend. That's a fact. Like, and not only that, the fact that the Sky have taken multiple. The only team that's worse than us is in Connecticut, because if I'm not mistaken, Connecticut took a few 50-point. And I ain't do the math. Maybe it wasn't quite 50. Maybe it was close to 50, but they took a couple 50-point losses this year. We ain't been losing that bad. We've been losing close though. We've been losing by like 30, 40. So we took a couple 30, 40s this year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. And that's on the coach, man. We have the personnel to defend. So you gotta work on your scheme, because every time we get screened, everybody's scrambling, and that's how we giving up threes. And if you give up threes, you're gonna give up 90-point games. Can't give up these threes, people. Come on, Tyler. Tyler Marsh. Brad says, some fool got online trying to counter Angel MEBOUNDS trademark with Caitlin's turnover. Dessert. Watch a McCallets. I don't know how to say that. These people are a step short of a flight. SL says sports is supposed to have banner like, why is a W so sensitive yet wants to grow? You can have, listen, you don't being sensitive, because ain't nobody was sensitive. You came in and trolled, and then you got cooked, and now you're crying. So, like, what are you talking about? Ain't nobody stopped you from, are you still in here, bro? Did you get kicked out? I'm lost. I'm lost right now. You came in here and trolled, you got cooked, and now you're crying. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, Reddit? Stop crying. Liquid Ocelot, Metal Gear Solid 3, and I'm definitely excited for that remake. That's a Snapple top fan. That remake gonna be fire. Miss Goody Two Shoes says, MEBOUND gang was shot. Patricia Burton says, thanks, Brooklyn. You already know. Reddit Milky Way says, I wasn't expecting the Valks and Phoenix to be. Exactly. Phoenix is another one. Because Phoenix was a team that looked like they just didn't have nothing outside of the big three, but they knew what they was doing, because they got some of them overseas players. They knew what they was doing. And what you gonna do if you got a player like Alyssa Thomas, you want to surround her with shooting, right? They knew exactly what they was doing. So shout out to Phoenix and the Valks for having a plan that works. You get what I'm saying? Tyler Marsh, pay attention to your sister over there in Golden State. You know what I mean? See what she doing. You know what I mean? They obviously playing some type of defense, right? To be good at all. So what is also surprising? Yo, let me point this out, because this just came to my mind. Shout out to the Valks. The Valks is the AC right now. The Valks is in the playoffs right now, and we're gonna give that coach Can't think of her name right now, but we're gonna give that coach a lot of credit for the work she's doing. But if we're gonna give her credit, we got to remember last season there was another coach that did the same thing, named Teresa Weatherspoon. But people trying to take her credit away. Teresa Weatherspoon had a team that was projected to be the worst team in the league last year, and had them in the 8th seed the whole year. Had them in the playoffs the whole year, flirting with the 7th seed, 8th, 7th, the whole year. So we're gonna celebrate the Valkyrie for doing what they doing. We gotta remember that Teaspoon did that first. Let's not take credit away from Teaspoon, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. L flamed him. L flamed him. He in the chat crying now. Real money. What's going on, my brother? Donna Cox says Aces playing this bad currently that's a fact. That is a disappointment. Upside S. Johnson. From the Mystics. Okay. Sydney Johnson, coach of the Mystics, having a good season. He's actually a bright spot. He was on our coaching staff last year. Shout out to Sydney Johnson. Shout out to Kiki. That's actually one of my questions. We're gonna get into that. The Mystics, because we got to get into the Chicago matchup next game, right? So we're gonna get into that in a minute. But shout out to Sydney Johnson. Shout out to Kiki. Shout out to Sonia Citron. Shout out to Brittany Sykes for being a leader. For being a leader over there. She's playing aggressive. You know what I mean? I love the way she's playing. If I had to compare her, and help me out, tell me if I'm wrong, Chad. If I had an NBA comp to the way she's playing this season, she reminds me of like and obviously it's a woman to a man, so I'm not comparing them like the athleticism completely, but the athleticism is there. She reminds me like a Russell Westbrook, right? A young Russell Westbrook, maybe Russell Westbrook is the best comp, because I don't see the only other player I could see that she reminds me of, but she just don't have the ball handling or the passing ability that this player has, and that's John Wall. John Wall, if you remember John Wall was one of the most athletic, fastest players in the NBA. But what people what people might not have realized about him, he was also one of the best ball handlers and one of the best passers in the NBA at that time too. I don't get that part from Brittany, but I do get the athleticism, the speed, the aggression, to go into the rim. She reminds me of a young Russell Westbrook. Shout out the way she's playing for the Mystics and helping them young players get along, because they play them well too, and they with the team that they have, they right there. I don't know. I have to really like analyze that team to see what they need to go to the next level. I'm not sure yet. Maybe it's just time, like OKC, like we were talking about yesterday. Maybe it's just time, like OKC. I can't say D Rose Tulip, because again, D Rose was another one of those pure point. See D Rose. I like De'Aaron Fox. I like the De'Aaron Fox. I can't say I like the De'Aaron Fox and the Russ. I can't say D Rose, and I can't say Wall, because again, what Wall had with the athleticism and what Rose had with the athleticism was like pure. So put it to you like this: Imagine. Who's like a pure point guard in the WNBA? Imagine somebody like a I don't want to say Chelsea Gray because she's too good. I want to say somebody like a Skylar Diggins. Imagine a Skylar Diggins with the athleticism though of a Brittany Sykes. That's D Rose. That's John Wall. Because not only was John Wall and D Rose athletic, they was also fundamental point guards. They just have that. It's almost like the difference between Chris Paul, who's like a Sue Bird, and a D Rose. D Rose and Chris Paul had similar play styles as far as being pure point guards. It's just that D Rose is uber athletic. That's not who Brittany Sykes is. Brittany Sykes don't strike me as a pure point guard. She strike me as somebody with guard skills that's playing a position, which is why I say Russell. Russell was somebody who wasn't a pure point guard. He was more in college, if you know, he played the two, but he had the athleticism and the guard skills to play the point guard position. You get what I'm saying? It's different. That's why I'm saying, like, you got to understand the nuance of different players. John Wall was also another pure point guard type with uber speed and athleticism. So that's why I wouldn't compare John Wall and D Rose to a Sykes, but I would compare maybe a Fox. And I stand that Fox and Wall wasn't, you know, they wasn't good point guards, but they're more just great. They more just athletic guards at that position. You know what I mean? Fox is a athletic guard, fast guard at the point guard position. So is Russell Westbrook. So I like those comparisons a little bit better than John Wall or D Rose. D Rose and John Wall was special. They was something different. You know what I'm saying? They was something slightly different. But all four of those players had athleticism. Yeah, I like the D Fox. I do like that. This is Liquid Isolate says, people like to say MEBOUNDS for Angel. People like to say MEBOUNDS for Angel. Well, I don't really understand how you worded that. Those MEBOUNDS helped Angel get triple-double yesterday. That's a fact. Patricia says, L, thumbs up. It went through. Washu Nalove Hatter. Washu says, SL, because the W is an activist league. What you get from the regular sports scene does not exist, but that will soon die out post 2028 with the incoming players branding from college being the majority. Okay, good point, Washu. Good point. KL says, of the 13 rebounds that Angel collected yesterday, only one of them was an offensive rebound. The rest were defensive rebounds, meaning they weren't from her misses. Are we still talking about that a year later? People, that shows you that they don't got nothing new to say, L. They still stuck on that. Gamble says, the W is a basketball league. Activism is in every league. KL says, as a former player and coach, come on, stun on him, Al. As a former player and coach, the mantra is always follow your shot. That's a Snapple Top fact. Good point. KL says, exactly. You're very fair on your show. You don't disrespect, you speak fact. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. T. Camilla says, what up, Brooklyn in chat? Real Money says, bruh, look, let's leave CZ out of it, please. Just talk basketball and facts. So let me ask you a question, though, Real Money. If I'm talking basketball and I'm talking facts, how do I leave CC out of it? That don't make sense. If I'm talking about a league that CC's a part of, how do I leave her out? Get back to me on that. Red and Milky Way says, hey, T. Camilla. Patricia says, real money, please. Listen, I'm not mad at Real Money sticking up for his girl, but like, come on now. Like, what do you want me to do? Washu says, Gamma, read your own statement and Google will tell you otherwise. So will the W itself. Don't disagree for the sake of disagreeing. Okay. I like. Y'all already know me. I like intelligent battles. Talk y'all ish, man. Y'all talk y'all ish, man. I like intellectual. You know what I mean? KL says she's unapologetic and outspoken. That threatens some people. You don't have to like it, but but you don't have to disrespect it either. That's a fact. That should be on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt, L. Like Shaka say. Tika Miller says, real money. This is Brooklyn platform. He could talk about AC, BC, CC, DC, and any other C that he would like to speak about. That's hilarious. That should be on a t-shirt too. Tika Miller is a Tika Miller. Gamble says, why so much aggressive? Y'all crazy. Y'all is crazy. Miss Goody Two Shoes says, oop, clock it. Shout out to Miss. I need you back on the panel, Miss Goody Two Shoes. Miss Goody Two Shoes she knows her stuff. Real Money says, TK, I wasn't talking about Brooklyn. Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about me too. I could have sworn you said my name, so I don't know how you want to talk about me. Washu says, Gamble, it's not a bad thing, but those days are over. These young girls should be the ones on the WNBPA table now, directing the future. These girls handle money branding way better than the old heads do. Heard you. Okay. You want some new vision, some young talent. Heard you. Brooklyn said, Donna Cox says Brooklyn facts. Tika Miller says, so folks can talk about Angel, right? I mean, we talk about Angel too, though. We talk about everybody. Tika Miller says, real money, that's bad. I'll take that. Oh, okay. If you're talking about, and I don't think you've seen that in here because I ain't seen nobody say nothing disparaging about CC. But if you're talking about disrespecting, I agree with you, real money. Nobody should be like disrespecting CC off the court, like talking about her as a person in here. But we could critique her on the floor, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? So, but I agree with that. Like we should keep the respect for Angel, CC, and everybody else respectful. This is a sports channel, sports conversation. We should talk sports. You know what I mean? So yeah, if it's about the sport, whether it's about business about the sport, whether it's about social media about the sport, whether it's about on the court stuff about the sport, we could talk about it. Tika Miller says, real money. That's my bad. I like that. Oh, I'll take that. Excuse me. Patricia says 11 assists. Gamble said, Washu says, Gamble, LOL. Your definition of aggression is someone not sharing your opinion, huh? Man, you should not survive. You would not survive. Damn, Gamble, Washu on your head, Gamble. Washu on your head, Brody. Tika Miller says, real money. If Brooklyn chooses to speak about Angel on his platform, that's his right. Well, Liquid says, yes, those games are connected. Metal Gear Solid. He says Metal Gear saw three first game in the timeline. The Peace Walker, Metal Gear Solid 5, and then you go to the MSX titles, and then Shadow Moses, Metal Gear Solid 2, then Metal Gear Solid. Yeah. Then Metal Gear Solid 4. Got you. Tika Miller says, real money, you didn't have to delete the comment. We're adults. Real money says, Tika Miller, what I do to you? Gamble says, I'm just joking. I grew up in the hood. I'm still here. Tika Miller says, real money, why are you asking that? You didn't do anything to me. Washu says, just glad Tyler finally got cut some slack and he's learning. Coaches take time to implement most times. Fans always gonna expect. Fans are always gonna accept though. Paige says, Brooklyn, what's your prediction of tomorrow games against the Mystics? That's actually one of my questions. I don't know, because it depends. Put it to you like this, Paige. It depends if they come out and play desperate again. If they come out and play desperate again, they should win. But they lost a lot of games this year that they should win, so that's why I don't know. But I'm gonna say that they get a W because you beat Connecticut, I'm gonna say you beat Washington. I'm more worried about what they do against the better teams, right? What do they do against the Atlantis? What do they do against the Phoenixes, the Seattles? The people like that where they have, those teams kind of know themselves. I'm kind of concerned. Are we good enough from what I've seen already? But a team like Washington should be a team that we can handle. So I'm gonna say we get the win tomorrow. I'm gonna say the vets come out and make their shots again. Another thing I'm worried about again still is the defense. The defense. That's what I've been harping on all year. It seemed like Tyler Marsh hasn't really put his foot down yet and really said he want to focus solely on defense. I want to make sure that each quarter we don't let them get above X. That should be his what he's preaching. And he's not preaching that just yet, so that scares me. So but I'm gonna say we get the win. I think Angel was motivated, especially if she don't change her hairstyle up. If she keep this hairstyle, I like where her headspace is at with this hairstyle. You get what I'm saying? And I want to see if hopefully HVL gets minutes. Hopefully, that's another one of my questions. Hopefully she gets minutes, and hopefully she's impactful in those minutes as well. So my prediction is we get another win tomorrow. We go, we back at home. We at home. There's a problem though. The Mystics might really want to win bad because of how they just lost, right? They just took a really bad L to, I believe, Atlanta. So they're gonna be playing desperate as well. So we gotta be the hungrier, more desperate, fighting for 50-50 ball team. So we do that, we should get the win. I'm predicting us to get the win. Brass Tax says pronounce what? Whatchamacallits. Okay, that's what you were saying. You spelled out whatchamacallits. I didn't know I just gave up. I gave up halfway through the word. I'm like, I don't know what the hell he talking about. Shout out to Brass Tax, man. Whatchamacallits is hilarious. Real Money says, okay, respect. Patricia says, Brooklyn, can I have a wrench? Of course you can. Of course. Let me give you a wrench. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Can I do it from here? I can do it from here. All right, now I just gotta find your name, Patricia Burton. Let me go back. There you go, right there. And then I gotta go to general activity, I think. No, go back. And there you go. There you go. Done, Patricia. Gamble says, Brass, that's my favorite candy bar. Oh yeah, whatchamacallit is a candy bar, right? I forgot about that. You gotta pause that though, Gamble. That sounds crazy. Bodie Mac says, now that I seen SL response, I had to think. In the NBA chats, they get off the chain and disrespect go crazy. So I can see how NBA primary viewers think it ain't different talking to women's sports. I wouldn't say that. I mean, let me not say that. I actually can't say that because I don't be in NBA chats. So maybe it do go crazy like that. But hey, I don't know. You gotta know. You gotta read the room. You gotta read the room though. Brass Tacks is Caitlin turnovers, as in like Apple turnovers. Washu says, I doubt anybody saw Valks coming. That coach might be might win Coach of the Year. But see, that's what I'm talking about, Washu. Why would she win Coach of the Year, but Teaspoon was never in the even conversation for Coach of the Year? That stuff like that bothers me. It don't make sense. Like, I put things together like that. She ain't doing nothing different than Teaspoon did last year. But Teaspoon's name was never in the Coach of the Year. In fact, all people with the lineup Teaspoon had a really bad, she didn't have a great team, right? She didn't have a great team. She did the best she could with the team she had, and all people kept talking about was how bad her rotations was and how she needed to work on this and work on that. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know. But shout out to Vaux and what they doing this year. Lashu says role players into an elite team, no egos. KL says Snapple top facts, Brooklyn. Wody says, and as a fair arbiter, I don't know what you're saying right there. I think if the NBA fans are looked at funny for their behavior on the side, let them live on other spaces until disrespect comes. Tulip says, hey, Brooklyn and chat. What's good, Tulip? What's good, ADP? Washu says, Roddy man, on all platforms, laugh out loud, they will eat you up. All right, we read all that. Let me skip all that. Mo 3, my brother. What's going on, Brody? William Gaines, what's going on? William Gomes. Tulip says, here's some fun triple-double stats. First ever. Okay, I was about to say touchdown. First ever triple-double was in 1999 by Cheryl Swoops. Lisa Leslie once dropped 29, 15, and 10. Damn. The 10 were blocks. Damn. Alyssa Thomas has over 1/3 of all of the triple doubles ever in the W. I think I did hear that before. Funny using D Rose box for comparison is on NBA 2K. People use their animations the most for PG dribble animations. D Rose size up. He talking 2K. He talking 2K stuff. Brad says Angel didn't have any rebounds yesterday. Her offensive rebounds too were from her teammates' misses. Actually, she did. She came up. She made the definitions for rebounds, right? She says rebounds means anything that come off the board is mine. So technically, even you know, her teammates' rebounds, offensive anything that come off the board is a rebound, according to Angel. So that's her definition of a rebound. KL says absolutely nothing else to say, Brooklyn. They sound broken records. Real money. I wasn't talking about you when I said that. Brooke, heard you. You know I don't take it personal any day anyway, brother. I don't be in here like taking shit personal. Brass tacks. She actually had 15 rebounds, but they took 2 from her. She would have had 5 offensive rebounds. That wouldn't have been hers. 10 defensive rebounds. The guy says KL 3. B Bigman says Brooklyn. Thank you, appreciate you, brother. All right, let me pose another question to y'all. Yeah, I'm really behind. I'm trying to catch up. Y'all showing me love today. I respect that. I'm trying to catch up in these comments. I'm gonna have to skip some of them. I apologize if I skip y'all comments. Yeah, I'm gonna skip down to the bottom. Let me pose another question to y'all real quick from the notes. You heard? Did I ask this? I don't think I asked this. No, I asked about the Aces. What does the Dallas Wings need to do to turn it around? What And realistic stuff. Don't say like, you know, they can't make 100 trades is what I'm saying. Like, you know, what do they need to do to turn it around? For me, if I could tell you my opinion on Dallas so far, I think Paige Bueckers been having a great rookie season. I don't have much critique on Paige. I think Paige need to continue doing what Paige is doing. I love the duo of Paige and Dejanay, right? Offensively and defensively. Now, side note, I think Dejanay need to relax a little bit. You know, I'm a Dejanay supporter, but I can't support some of these. Stop cocking. Everything don't gotta be a cock back. Pause. You don't gotta Dejanay doing a little bit too much, right? But I do like the duo of Dejanay defensively, because Paige be trying to lock up, and she'll lock up with Dejanay. I like that tandem. Obviously, I love what Paige is doing offensively for them. I love Paige and Dejanay as the 1 and the 2. I think they need a solidified 3. So I think Enrique needs to be moved out so they can have that 3, right? Right now, Enrique isn't fitting in, I think, in that lineup. But they need a solidified 3. I think, you know, without making any trades, I think it has to be Maddie. I like Maddie playing the 3 for them. Maisha Holland-Ons, I like her at the 4. And then they got to figure out the 5, whether they're going to bring in Lee Yaru, or they're going to keep the German girl that's there now, or they're going to go with Melissa Smith. They need to figure that center rotation out. Also, they don't have a point guard either. They're in the same boat we're in. So maybe they could also use an Aaron McDonald or somebody like that to come in, because Ty Harris, I haven't researched her injury, so I don't know why she's been out so long. I thought she would have been back, but maybe her injury is more serious than I thought it was. So that's another thing that they need to figure out. Point guard situation. They need to figure out the point guard situation for Dallas, right? Behind Paige. Because obviously Paige was out just a few games ago too, so they didn't have nobody really running the point for them. They do have JJ Quinley there, rookie, good young point guard, but I think they need a vet. Ty is out for the season. Wow. Yeah, they need to figure that out. They need a point guard. They need a point guard there. I didn't know she was out for the season. I knew she had something going on with her knee, but I didn't know it was that serious. But what do you guys think they need to do to get it on track? Like I said, what I laid out, I think they good at the 1 and 2 with Paige and Dejanay. I like that. Offensively and defensively, I like what they provide, and it seemed like they got a little chemistry on and off the court. So they need to build around that. To me, they need to figure something out. They need to build around those two. Those two are their pillars. Whether they need to make a trade, whether they need to fire the coach, whatever it is they need to do, they need to build around those two. Paige just said something, and I think she didn't mean it to be. I don't think a clear indictment on the coach, but to me, that's an indictment on the coach. She says, everybody break their streaks against us. She said somebody could be going through a 20% slump or you know, have a 20% shooting percentage, and they play against us and shoot 50%. That sounds like a coaching issue to me. And then also seeing Dejanay and the coach arguing on the sideline over there, seeing his face and her face, it ain't look good. Kurt Miller, I know that's your boy, but it might be time to move on. It might be time to move on, Kurt. That's actually another. In fact, I'm gonna pose 2 questions to y'all. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna put 2 questions in the chat, because I got another question as who do you think is gonna be the first coach that gets fired this season? Me personally, I got 3 candidates. I got the Connecticut coach. Obviously, I got Chicago's coach, and I got Dallas coach. Those 3 coaches, I think, is at the most risk of losing their job. Who loses their job first? I don't know. You know. So, but getting back to Dallas, what do you guys think they need to start to string together some wins? Like I said, I would like to see Maddie put in at the small forward. To me, they just need more. They need more 3-point shooting, because when Paige be setting them up, you gotta think Dejanay, she be knocking down her threes a little bit this year, but she's not a 3-point shooter. Enrique's been streaky. They finally got some bigs that can make some shots. I think they need more shooting around the perimeter. And I think they need a two-way, like 3-and-D player at the 3 if they make a trade. That's my assessment of that. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Washu says Nalissa ain't been what she's supposed to be for the last 2 straight. Yeah. Nalissa's struggling, and she gotta step it up. Donna Cox says Enrique got. Oh, I guess that being changed. CG, Enrique got to change her style of play. Let the game come to her and get everyone else involved. Decide on the right guard and center. Coach needs to get his rotations as well. I like everything you said except for the Enrique part, because I just don't think Enrique is that type of guard, and I'm not a fan of trying to change somebody into something they're not. So I don't think Enrique fits with that team. I wouldn't say she should change the way she play. I think it's time for her to move on, and they should use assets to make a better team for Paige. But I like everything else you said, Donna. KL says if Lee works out, I don't see them keeping the coward when she returns. Yeah, I think the writing's on the wall for that, because she already lost her starting job. So now not only did you lose your starting job, you just gave up your bench job. So I think the writing's on the wall for that. So I agree with you, L. Donna says another Sky situation. Bad coach. KL says definitely man bun in Connecticut. I don't see this guy getting rid of Marsh. Yeah, they man bun in Connecticut definitely on the hot seat. Washu says Tyler Jeff P secures that. So Dallas, son, maybe the Sparks. I don't see this. I think the Sparks, even though they're not playing great, I think that coach is safe right now. She's not playing terrible. So KL says I think we might see a different coach, Tyler Marsh, if this guy gets rid of Jeff P. He seems to have too much influence on culture. Yeah. I'm team move on from Jeff P. I've seen enough. New guy says that Dallas coach has been iffy this season, to say the least. But in that instance of these you need. But in that instance of these, you need arguing. I don't know why she is arguing with. He had a right to be upset because they blew a 20-point lead. Okay, they was arguing over should he use his challenge or not, though. That's what the argument was about. But yeah, he was upset because of how they playing. Lee partially because Dejanay was out there fouling for no damn reason. Lee, I got you, Lee. Listen, we in hour 2 now. Or going into hour 2. I'm gonna drop the link. The Valks really surprised me, especially being a new team. Yeah, that's a fact. Mo 3, what's going on, my brother?
Chilling. Yeah, I was eating and typing, and I messed that all up.
It's all Listen, but you already know because you've been on these panels a lot. As a person reading them, I just gotta try to figure out what people trying to, because sometimes they just be saying things like I don't really know where you going with that. So I just be trying to piece it together sometimes.
Yeah, man, that DJ thing was crazy. She wanted to challenge for what? They would have lost that challenge. She straight up, she was out there fouling. She be fouling like crazy, man. Like I don't know what she be doing, bro.
Yeah, she be wilding. She got to calm down a little bit. Let's get in since I got my brother Mo 3 up here. We're gonna use Mo 3's expertise real quick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 games tomorrow. I'm gonna just ask you your thoughts. I said you can say whatever you want. Who you think is gonna win? Who you think is gonna lose? How do you think the team has been doing this season? Like just stuff like that. All right.
I don't even know who's playing. Let me look.
No, I got you. I mean, yeah, you pull up whatever you need to pull up, but I'm gonna just ask you. So the first one is Connecticut and Indy. What's your thoughts of that matchup?
Indy should win that. Caitlin Clark is back, and I think Sophie might be back too.
Yeah, they played already. They both back. All right, ATL and New York.
New York, because they probably hot about losing that game against the Fever.
Facts, and they not trying to fall behind Minnesota either. They both took a L. Neither one of them want to lose 2 before the other one.
And I just feel like Atlanta is due a loss. They on like a 4 or 5, 4-game win streak, 5-game win streak, something like that.
All right. Chicago versus the Mystics.
I want Chicago to win, but something is telling me the Mystics gonna win.
Yeah, it could definitely go either way. Then you got the Valkyrie and the Wings.
I want the Wings to win, but I'm pretty sure the Valkyrie is good. Where they playing? They playing in Golden State?
I think so. Well, no, I'm not sure. Let me pull it up. Let me not say that.
They playing in Valhalla. It goes down in Valhalla, bro.
Nah, they playing in Dallas.
Okay, they might have a chance, but I still give them to the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie coach. The Valkyrie coach, I think, and I slightly disagree with you about what you said about her and Teaspoon was doing the same thing. I think she's doing a little bit more.
Okay.
With a little bit less.
I'm not mad at the first part of your statement as far as like, because I could see what you're saying, but the last part I disagree with wholeheartedly. So the first part I do agree with. She's doing it differently than Teaspoon, right? Like I could see that. I could see the way she's coaching, but as far as she having less, no, this roster I would argue is more talented than the roster Teaspoon had last year.
As a I don't know, she's making them look better than they
bro.
are.
We had Lindsay Allen, bro. Like nobody even she was on Connecticut yesterday. Nobody even realized when she on the court, bro.
Yeah, but we
had Diamond and Shields who I can't rock with the left. I get the first part.
The challenge, but defense was on that. But anyways, we also had Kennedy. They don't got
one
Kennedy.
Player. They got Janelle Saloon, bro. Janelle Saloon is nice.
We had Angel.
Bro, they got all right. So you just don't know the talent over there because they got some talent over there, bro. They not just a team full of bums. They don't have no big names. They don't have no stars, but that team is nice.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have. That's the less I'm talking about.
I don't agree with you, but I feel you. Natalie Nakase, thank you. That's her name. I couldn't think of her name. Okay, listen, I'm not mad at your overall statement though. I'm not mad at what you said about the comparison between her and Teaspoon and feeling like she's doing a different job than Teaspoon. I'm not mad at that, so I could rock with that. Yeah. He don't know there's some talent over there. They just not household names.
I'm not saying they're not talented. I just feel like they're not.
I give you the Kennedy Carter.
Like
I give you Kennedy Carter.
Like individually, I don't. You know what I'm saying? But as a collective, yeah. But that's because of her.
Okay.
I think it's her coaching that makes them look better than they are.
Okay, I ain't mad at you. We can agree to disagree on that one. You got the Aces and the Lynx.
The Aces been playing like basura.
They have been playing a little bit more. They have a little bit more chemistry without Asia.
Yeah,
right.
But they still losing.
No, they won one and lost one.
I mean, I thought they played 3 games without Asia, but they lost 2.
I thought they played 2. If they played 3, I'm forgetting one game.
Or maybe
you counting the game because you know what she went out. You counting the game that she left in. Okay, I got
that's
you.
What I'm doing.
Yeah, I ain't counting that game because that game was technically still with her. They just lost her.
What's the last game they played? Who they played?
They played against Phoenix, and it was a dog fight. They lost at the end.
Yeah,
but what I'm
so I was right then because they lost against the Valkyries too.
Okay. Yeah, but they lost against the Valkyrie with Asia, right?
That was with her.
I think so.
Well, that's even. I don't know. Drew Lloyd's been playing better though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In her absence, Drew Lloyd's been playing better. Bodie Mac, what's up, my brother?
I'm here. I'm talking to someone in the background, my brother, but I'm here.
Yeah, don't do it. Listen, you know me, man. I don't mess up my audio. But
that's the last game?
No, it's one more, I think. It's Storm versus LA.
Oh man, it's a tough one. Because the Storm are in like a mini slump. I don't know what's going like. I don't know the last 2 games. I don't know like the way Nneka been playing. She hasn't been playing like. No, it seemed like Skylar's just out there by herself and with that French girl. I forget her name right now.
Malanga?
Huh?
Oh, you talking about Gabby Williams? She's not French though. She's American.
She got. Don't she have dual citizenship?
Yeah, but people be acting like she's like a foreigner. She's from here. Well, you talking about Gabby Williams probably, not Malanga. Okay.
Oh yeah, Malanga French too.
That's why when you said that French girl, I thought of her first, but then I was like, oh yeah, everybody be calling Gabby Williams a French girl because she played on the national team, but she's actually American. She has, I think she has like French, descent, like it's a part of her culture, but she's American.
I be forgetting Dominique is kind of letting me down, like.
I mean, I think she's a rookie. We gotta give her grace. She oversees. She probably was a little overhyped. And when I say overhyped, not meaning that the talent is not there. The talent is definitely there, but she's still an overseas player. It's a different game. You gotta the same way when we go overseas, we gotta adjust to their game. she got to adjust to the way Americans play ball. You get what I'm saying?
That's why I said she let me down. I didn't say she let nobody else down. Or she's a bust, or because
I wasn't thinking it like that.
My expectations for her were overhyped, I guess, or over exaggerated.
Oh, you thought she was just gonna come in and dominate the league?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed. What wasn't it? Who you thought was gonna come in and dominate, my brother?
Dominique Malonga.
If she ain't getting a play, dog, it's like I understand that, but she's showing some flashes. You know, my biggest disappointment though is, take it with a grain of salt, y'all. But my biggest disappointment though is, you're supposed to be so explosive, so athletic, so can dunk so easily, right? One, they're not looking for you on the fast breaks where you had some opportunities. We can go up and just get one. I know it's more so for the fanfare, right? But 2 opportunities I seen where she had 2 dunk, right? And you're supposed to be this explosive athlete. You didn't try. You just laid it up. You was in the painted area. You just went up and laid it up. With all this explosion and dunking power ability, I thought you were supposed to have. If that was young Brittany Griner, she would have dunked.
Yeah.
I think it's more so, and it's the same issue that I'm saying that Liz Kitley has. It's just the physicality. I think they got to get used to the banging. Like, for instance, you know, Angel, when she was in college, she already played like a beast. Right? She already played like a bully. So for her to come into the W was kind of normal. Like, the physicality for Angel was normal. What Angel has to adjust to is the height and the strength and the size of these women, I should say. That's what Angel was adjusting to for her layups. But Elizabeth Kitley, who's 6'5", and Dominique Malonga, who's 6'6", I think they adjusting to the actual physicality. They don't have the strength to feel comfortable. And I think that's pretty. I think Dominique, she'll adjust a little bit quicker. She'll be fine. I think she'll be fine. I just think Dominique is realizing, oh, these are grown women, right?
It's a couple of ways I take it.
She dealt with that. Hold on, let me just say this real quick. Milan. She actually dealt with that overseas too. It's not just her, right? A lot of women overseas started to bully her, and the way she counteracted that was using her speed and her speed and ability on the perimeter to get past them. So she just need to actually put on weight. I think she need to actually get strong and get used to the physicality. And
to that point, right? Because I'm tapped in and I'm watching the Valks. I'm watching the Storm because I do like Nneka, right? Nneka and Gabby, and now they got Malonga. I want to see if I tap in one game and she finally do this banging, right? And of course my Liberty and the Fever. So I've been watching some of these Storm games, right? From the first time when they gave her a couple of baby minutes and put Lee Yuru was playing to when she finally overtook Lee Yuru. But she still got to come in relief for Ezzy or relief for Nneka, right? And when she gets on the court, like, she's running the floor better than the guards. Now, the problem being that all I'm seeing is in some situations where she's sprinting the floor, it doesn't look like there's anybody that is either seeing that she's already up the court and trying that outlet pass, or nobody. That's just not the way that they're coached. Like, that them full court outlet passes, or they can't make it. They can't make the pass. Cool. I watched the game when she had that they were playing the Aces. She did get the assignment every now and then of guarding Asia Wilson. The one place that she seems extremely aggressive compared to her offensively, she's not so per se aggressive in the paint because she doesn't push around, but she is. Watch her when she's going for shot block. She is hyper thirsty to block shots. Hyper, like she gets super aggressive for shot blocking, but not so much when it comes to rebounds. She just out athletes people for the rebounds, but she still comes up short in the rebound category. Then on offense, on the perimeter, she seems perfectly fine if they give her opportunity to get involved. If Nneka got to eat, Skylar got to eat, Gabby got to eat. So you got to get your opportunities when you can with certain units. She's, probably just deferring to the rest of them, but she will try to take somebody off the dribble, and she finesses her points. Cool, and she has a good ability to do it. She's not banging with nobody. The one place, like I said, I see the aggression in her is her shot, but being thirsty like that, she tends to foul. But my problem is, how are you so athletic, supposed to be so athletic, and you still fouling people, bro? It's crazy to me. It is crazy.
All right, let me give y'all another question. Let me look at pull my notes back up. Here's a good question. Who's leading the give me who you guys think in the chat and also on the panel, who's leading the rookie race right now, and like who's like what you put in your, let's go with the top 5. If you could give me 5 players, who's your top 5 players in the rookie race this year? Who's leading? All right, since my panel is thinking, I'll give you mine first. I know a lot of people probably got Kiki or Sonya. I still got Paige leading just because of what she's doing by herself with that team. Like she's like she came in day one and was like the point guard for that team, and hasn't looked like she struggled. I know she hasn't had the big games. You know what I mean? She had one big game as far as numbers that jump off the page, but she's been holding it down as far as if you look at her numbers, she don't have bad numbers, right? For instance, and again, I know a lot of people that's Caitlin Clark fans is going to get mad that I point this out. Caitlin Clark, you could see her, like she was struggling. She would have the assist numbers or whatever, but you could see she had like 10 turnover. Like she would be struggling in the beginning of the season. I don't see that from Paige. I see her like kind of even kill, holding it down. And Dallas pretty much, even though they won at 11, they've been, I can't remember a blowout game. Maybe they lost bad two or 3 games out of this losing streak. But Dallas been pretty much in every game they lost. So I'm gonna still put Paige number 1. I don't think that anybody have done anything to surpass Paige. Thank you for saying Saloon, because I forgot about her. I'm gonna say right behind Paige though. It's tricky. Do you go with Citron or Kiki? I'm gonna go with Kiki because she affects rebounds and points. So I'm gonna say Paige, Kiki. Then I'm gonna say Citron, a teammate right behind her. I gotta throw Salon name in there because she's playing well on the Valkyrie. She came late. She came a little later than everybody else, but I'm gonna put her at number 4.
And
I'm gonna put her at number 4. Hold on. Let me finish, brother, because I was waiting for y'all guys to tell y'all ain't say nothing, so I started. So let me finish. So number 4, I'm gonna go Janelle Saloon, and number 5, number 5 is what rookies is out there. I might be leaving somebody out because I know it's some rookies on Phoenix that's playing well. There's some rookies on certain teams where I just don't know their names. So I know I'm gonna leave somebody out. So I'm gonna just go with I'm gonna go with the girl in I'm gonna go with my girl on the Sparks. Help me out. Sarah Ashley Barker. Sarah Ashley Barker, I'm gonna put number 5. So I got Paige number 1, Kiki number 2. I got Sonya number 3. I got Salone, Janelle Salone number 4. And I got Sarah Ashley Barker number 5. And that's a damn shame because for Dominique Milan to be the number 2 pick, she should be somewhere in there, but I haven't seen enough of her to put her in the top 5. That's my 5.
Yeah, I was Yeah, somebody again that was speaking to somebody in my house. Now you was talking. The question was the top rookies right now, in our opinion.
Yeah, who in your opinion is
Rookie of the year,
winning the rookie race so far, and who do you have him in order from one to five?
Kiki Iriafen right now would be winning the rookie race for me. Her team is actually winning while she's also being a major contributor to that. Most people would have also put Sonya Citron.
Well, let me be clear. Hold on. And I ain't mad at. Listen, I'm not telling you to change your criteria. Keep it. I'm just letting you know. Team for rookie of the year has nothing to do with team success. Team success, ball. So no, I'm saying like when people usually pick these awards, team success usually have something to do with MVP. Team success normally have something to do with, and actually that's an argument. People argue should team success have anything to do with MVP, but MVP, all-star nods, stuff like that is like more team success. When you start talking about like rookie of the year, that's more of an individual thing. Like regardless of your team is doing bad or good, is more how. So I just wanted to throw that in there. But keep however you want to make your criteria, make it. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Well, I'd give you a valid reason why I'm looking at it in the way that I am. She is a major contributor to the success her team is having. Not just like a 8-point here attempt. She's like a 14 to 13 point a game scorer. Probably second leading scorer on her team, if not second or third. Probably second, more than likely. Right? Brittany Sykes is leading the way with that. She comes in second, and also in some people's eyes, should be having votes for all defensive team, right? So she's effective. She's effective in various places on the court, in rebounding, defense, and scoring, right? On a team that's also doing well, and that the team that's doing well is the icing on top. Hence why, even yes, I could say now what Paige will have to literally do to just eliminate any thought of what team success look like is, okay, you scored 20 plus points a game for your rookie season. Like you separated yourself far and above and beyond all other rookies statistically. So we got to look at you, even though your team is trash. She's not yet at that point where she's separated herself far and above everybody. Besides, that 35-point game, I knew that would have a lot of people have their nose wide open, right? Do that 4 or 5 more times this season, and then you basically you made it hard for people to ignore what you did and give it to keep. Do it once, okay. Let her do that 4 or 5 more times. Then all right. And Paige would go second because of that. Citron, until that 35-point game, people were looking at Citron as the second leading candidate for rookie of the year, even potentially co-rookie of the years, which I don't think has ever been done in the WNBA, because she also has great numbers on the same team with her running mate, right? And then people don't pay attention to the vouch too heavy, but got to give it to Paige, and I would have said Janelle Salone, because Janelle Salone is doing like 13 and 8. She's like the second or third leading scorer on her team, which with a team that's sharing the ball around. Kayla Thornton is that in the third, but she's had a 25 and 13 game. Like she's had a couple of games where she's had a double, like 18 and 10, and then 25, 23 and 13. I mean, and she guards the fours around the league. So Salone should be in the tops in the talks for it, and unquestionably in the talks for the rookie of the year, but more than likely won't get it because people don't pay attention to the dogs.
Gotcha. Mo 3.
Everybody busy in the house. Everybody in the house busy. Putting kids to bed, wifey, all this, that, and the third. Everybody busy now.
All right, Mo 3 must be a little busy. Brooklyn, you like Teaspoon because she played for the Liberty? I'm not a Liberty fan. I like Teaspoon because I think she was a good coach for the Sky. I think she got a bad rap. So I just like what she did. All right, we can move on from that question since everybody kind of gave their answers already.
I didn't give no answer.
I said Mo 3. You ain't say nothing.
That was my mic was tripping, bro.
Oh, I get it.
I was trying to say how ridiculous Wody Mac just sound with that Kiki area friend take. Bruh, have you seen the numbers, bruh? Paige is wiping the floor with her with the numbers, bruh. Kiki's averaging what? 14 points, 13.8, but I'm gonna round up. So 14 points, 1 assist, 0% from 3. She is shooting.
We holding assist numbers on a power forward though, my G. Come on now, not a power forward.
Bruh, 1 assist, bruh.
We not holding.
I'm not holding her. I'm just saying. I'm just comparing the numbers, bro. I'm comparing
13-9. Yeah, 13-9-1. 13-9-1.
Rebounds Page too. I'm not gonna leave it out because she's a guard. That's regardless of who you are. Alyssa Thomas, AP be getting a shitload of assists forward. I don't hear nobody complain when they bring up her assists. Cut that shit out, man. Age average.
Tell me what criteria y'all care about for rookie of the year. What stats?
Points.
Most of the time you gonna look at scoring, bro.
Shooting percentage.
All right, let's go. Hold on. Let's go slow. Let's look at shooting percentage. Well, I guess I can't do. I gotta put it in.
He's doing better. Paige is at 40, 47.
Let me do this.
He's at 50.
So let's stay in order to win rookie of the year. You got to be playing at least 20 minutes. Let's do 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, that's how I forget.
All right, so let me come.
You didn't got the sauce too, like using the W site, huh? I love it.
I've been doing
sauce, huh?
This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new for me.
I was about to put you up on it.
Paige paying.
Pause.
Yeah.
5 minutes a game. And Kiki's playing 26 and a half.
This one.
I don't know if you can't round up that up or down. 26 and a half. So Paige is playing for a minute, but Kiki has played more games.
All right. So now when we come over to field goal percentage. The top 5 is Louisa, Kiki, Sonia, Paige, and I don't know, it's Laska. Field goal percentage. 3-point field.
Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, 3-point.
3-point field goal.
No, just a regular shooting percentage. You said Sonia Citron.
Yeah, Sonia Citron would be 3.
Oh, okay. I thought you said she was second.
Kiki is second. But Biggs, this is a field goal percentage. Biggs is usually going to be higher in field goal percentage than guards and wings. But Paige and Sonya like right neck and neck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Paige, they both shooting about 47%.
And then you come to 3-point percentage though. This is where Paige stands out.
Yeah, she's shooting like 42.
Yeah, about 42%. And this is what I was saying. I know some of them guards in Phoenix is look, some of them guards in Phoenix. This is not really a rookie though. This Laska chick, she a pro. She's a pro.
They would qualify. They would qualify.
No, they gotta qualify. This is their first year here. But I'm saying, she's been playing overseas for some years now.
But it's like being a 29-year-old rookie quarterback coming into
that's
the
what
NFL.
it is. That's what I get it. Just like the woman that's in The Valkyrie now. That was on the Mystics last year. I forgot her name.
Julie Van Loo.
Yeah, Van Loo.
She's 32.
I love her energy, yo. I love her energy.
It's
She better have energy. She want to stick around any longer to be 32 and be a second year rookie.
Kiki's a big, right? And she's averaging 0.1 blocks.
Paige,
While Paige is at, while Paige is averaging-
I wouldn't do that.
Why not?
I wouldn't do that because
Why not?
I'm not holding that same standard on somebody else who's not blocking it, who's a prolific shot block at the same height.
She ain't averaging 0.1.
Paige is number 1 in steals and assists.
I don't know.
I know you're reaching for the reasons per se why they not Kiki, but I guarantee you the voters always gonna look at scoring, bro. It's always gonna be scoring.
Why he got to bring other people? We talking about the rookies. He trying to bring other people into it.
No, I'm talking about right now as far as scoring. That's what I'm focusing on right now.
Said, somebody else ain't doing that. What somebody else not doing, they have to do with she her not doing it.
Yeah, but you bringing up blocks. I ain't never heard rookie of the year consistent of blocks. I never heard rookie of the year consistent of blocks. We reached for that one. It's always going to consist. I know for a certain
fact that Paige is
scoring always trumps everything.
The fact that Paige is averaging 17.4 and there's nobody close to that push her ahead anyway. That pushes a little bit.
They probably gonna give it to her on the strength of the scoring.
That's what I was trying to say. It's not just
Let me go rebounds.
9. Kiki do average about 9.
That's what I'm saying. Let me give Kiki.
Yeah,
Kiki 13, so that's not bad. 13 and 9. It's not bad, but I still got Paige slightly above Kiki in the rookie of the year. Especially when I know Paige ain't even play her best yet. Like that's why I said I'm giving Paige so much credit because in these 12 games they just played, she ain't played bad. She played solid throughout the whole 12, and she ain't even like start to really kick up yet. She about to start kicking up soon. I like this 50%.
And I know the numbers, and I guarantee you, bro, if the numbers get any better for us, and not her assist numbers, not her read, if the scoring numbers get any better, they gonna always lean, whether it be MVP, whatever. It's always predicated on scoring, bro.
I'm gonna show y'all a stat.
Trumps all that.
Hey chat, and this is for the panel. I'm gonna show y'all a stat that means a lot to me. I don't know if y'all familiar with this stat. This stat means a lot to me. Gotta come back down here. I gotta come back down here. Just come back over here.
This man said he never heard of blocks being counted towards rookie of the year. That's crazy, bro.
Unless you doing like minute bold type of shot blocking, unless you're doing that, they barely gonna bring that up.
You think rookie of the year is just based off offense?
All right, so look, y'all familiar with? So this telling me that Kiki is winning. Look, y'all familiar with Pa?
Yeah, player impact estimate.
Yeah, this stat right here is so important because it usually could tell you who's going to be the MVP of the season. So that means it measures everything a player does on the floor. How much impact out of a pie. Think about a pie and think about 100 pieces in a pie, and think about 10 players on the floor because it measures everything from both teams. So just imagine 10 players on the floor and imagine a pie and each of those players impact in the game. So who has the biggest player impact estimate to have the biggest piece of the pie? So right now, Kiki has the biggest piece, which is saying that because it affects offense, defense, rebound, like everything. So it's just saying that her impact on a full game, even though Paige is scoring more, she's impacting the game a little bit more with everything she's doing. So So that gives her the nod to me with this. But they don't use Pi to determine who's rookie of the year. They use points, rebounds, assists, stuff like that. So I think Paige will win it.
That's what I'm saying. It's
so
not
far.
it's treated like it's MVP. It's a different thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Paige will win it. So
I heard somebody make an argument using either ESPN last season when they was talking about the rookie of the year race. They were using advanced metrics and value over replacement, these type of stats, to make an argument why other people, five other people should be rookie of the year over Caitlin Clark. These advanced metric stats, which I understand it and it's cool, it does show a lot, but all they're gonna look at is scoring. This type of statistical analysis right here, Pi, so on and so forth, is only when they want to give it to somebody else that they would rather give it to. Well, we got to look at the value over replacement in Pi. You know what I mean? They gonna give it to Paige as long as she scored 18, 19 points. They giving it to Paige. It's gonna be.
I don't think so. I think they give it to Paige if nobody else is scoring that. But I think if, let's just say, Paige is averaging 17 points and Kiki is also averaging 15 to 17 points, but she got 10 rebounds and, a couple blocks, it'll be an argument.
She would have to put them in a predicament where you're gonna blatantly ignore the other high numbers she's putting up in like rebounds or assists compared to a scoring output by Paige.
You remember when Ben Simmons won rookie of the year?
But I was mad at that. I wanted Donovan Mitchell to win it.
Because, but if it was an MVP race, he would have won. But because it was the rookie of the year thing, it would have. That's why Ben Simmons won. Because his numbers wasn't as good, but he had more numbers. He was doing more things.
Got you. I want to see something real quick. That
was when Ben Simmons was Ben Simmons before he turned into Scary Simmons.
I want to see how good Angel is doing in that last game she played when it comes down to. So we're gonna go to lineups. We're gonna go to events. We're gonna go to
My bad. I had to step away. I'm sorry. I stepped away from the car. I had to step away for a second. I wanted to ask you though. Could you look at the Pi rating for the Washington Mystics for all their players?
Yeah, I do that.
I
got you. All games, no. So we're gonna go with the last game where she scored. So boom. Why is that so high though? That's 24. I've never seen it that high. That means she was busting ass.
Well, again, it's going back to, as you said, everything. And when I went and broke it down and went and learned how they calculate it, that is literally calculating every shot attempt, every shot made, every free throw.
But look, this is MVP. This is what people don't realize. This is MVP numbers, 24. So the fact that she just did this, and I'm surprised. Damn, Helly Van Lift. Damn, that's crazy.
Every shot made, every shot attempt, it's like every singular action that is tracked by a stat that you did on the court, even fouling somebody.
So that's how they just to let people know what they looking at. When you this low, so they just is saying Rebecca Allen had a terrible game last year.
She's at 0% from the field, bro.
Damn.
I was like, yo, it is Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone. Look, check this out.
Rachel,
it's got to be the Twilight Zone.
This is what everybody. Right, I'm about to look at it a second, but this is what everybody think of Rachel Banham. Right, Rachel Banham is 1 of 9 on this Ari Watkins right here. Right, so getting here 7.9 and up. This means that you're a good player. So 7.9 means so 10. Let's say double digits. 10 means that you are a basic level starter. Like you could start, right? And as you go up, this means like a 20. If you were 20, means like MVP. That's MVP numbers, right? Just so you can understand. When you start to get into like these numbers, when you drop below like 6'5", that means that you should be on the bench. You're not that good. Just so people can understand what the numbers mean.
Third
Right?
string.
Kia Nurse in this game she played well, 19.8.
She was 100% from the field.
19.8. So this is saying you got three, like these three right here won the game. Like
that was some Twilight Zone stuff from Kia Nurse. She didn't miss.
And this shows you right here. This might be a lineup Tyler Marsh need to keep together right here and just put their pieces around these three right here, right? So look, let me show you an example of what I mean, because that's just the last game. I'm gonna put the full season now, just so you won't see the numbers, because now they're gonna add in the games that we got blown out, right? That was just the last game, so we're gonna put all the games just so people can see how those numbers look totally different. So remember I told you about the numbers where you a solid starter once it gets to like 10, right? So obviously Courtney Vandersloot. Let me make it a little bigger for you guys. Pause so you can see the names. You got Camilla Van Liff.
Why the hell Camilla so high?
Well, Camilla been pretty much our best player all season. I'm surprised Haley Van Liff is so high. Angel and
They saying Camilla got a better defensive rating than Angel.
hold on, let me make sure I ain't
Interesting.
so the numbers is right. I don't know. It's interesting. You got Michaela. You got Michaela down here. You got Kia Nurse.
Camilla is at the bottom, man.
Kia Nurse, but this is how they've been playing all season, like trash. That's why I'm surprised Kia Nurse is so high. Rachel Banham, this is who she is.
Because
It's funny though.
Got 100% from the field.
No, yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying I'm so used to her playing. But you know when somebody just come out of nowhere and play good, so used to her playing bad.
It's funny though, like even though like I know advanced metrics, a lot of people don't necessarily care for that, but the players that everybody was complaining about all season, and then you go look at the advanced tracking stats, and them same players is at the bottom of the advanced tracking. It's funny, but it's funny to see how accurate it can be.
Yeah, the numbers back up.
The numbers numbers don't lie sometimes.
I want to put on,
but they'll tell you, hey, but Brooklyn, they'll tell you it don't matter until you go watch the game too. Hey, the game.
No, you should watch. Too. Yeah, you gotta. You have to do. That's why I'm an advocate of doing both. You shouldn't just look at stats and think it's telling you everything, and then you shouldn't just watch the game and think it's telling you everything. You got to be able to understand both. You understand both. It'll paint a picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been watching.
I'm saying like it's the best way. I guess the best way to say it too, what you seeing on the TV is gonna get tracked on a ledger some type of way, right? It's gonna get marked down somewhere in a book. Somewhere.
I mean, the same people that complain about stats is the same people that is gonna read stats off to you. Whenever they had this many rebounds, and it's like those are stats. So it's like y'all better understand what you're looking at.
I think one great benefit of watching the game though is to see what happened defensively. And that's seeing as you also aware though too, like the stats that are highlighted in orange is the ones that got a video clip connected, right, Brooklyn?
This is telling me Haley been playing better than I thought she's been playing. That's what's surprising me so much. She's so high, but I gotta give her credit. She's been playing better than I thought she'd been playing. So Tyler Marsh, this is the Tyler Marsh. This is an indictment on Tyler Marsh.
No. See, this is where watching the games come in. A lot of those, the reason why is because a lot of those games she played was in garbage time.
That's too. But she don't do much in garbage time though. So
yeah, well, that's the only time she's been getting. Last game was the first game she actually got real playing time.
That's not true. Because she came in the game. The first game that Vandersloot was out, she started that game.
She didn't start.
Well, if she didn't start, she played significant minutes in that game.
Okay, if we say we count that game, that's 2 then. 2 out of the 10 games they played.
All right, bro, 3. I feel like I see her more than that. I'm not gonna argue with you because I'm gonna have to go back and really research it.
I'm just saying, even a press conference, the post game press conference, she even called it out. She's
Yeah.
well, hopefully, she said my goal was to play good so that
So she
hopefully I
get
can
more
start
minutes,
getting
but
some minutes now.
what happened? She was getting minutes before that, Mo3. What happens is the coach is inconsistent with her. The coach will play her and then won't play her, and then play her and won't play her. That's what he was doing.
The coach was only playing her during garbage time when they're down 30, 20.
He's done that. He was doing that too, Mo3. Mo3, I'm watching all these games. So yes, I don't know if the only games you saw he did that. He's doing that too. He's not just her with Maddie Westbell. He's putting them in garbage time. He's doing that too. But what I'm saying is he's putting her with at least with Haley, what he was doing with her, she was actually getting minutes in the game. But he would, anytime she would make a mistake, he would pull her. That's what he was doing. So it was like you have somebody like a Rachel Banham who would get in and make mistakes. He won't pull her. So Rachel Banham will play a bunch of minutes, whereas he'll put Haley in and not in garbage time in a game. Haley be struggling to dribble or something to happen, and she won't be in the next possession. That's what he was doing. So you're right. He was putting her in the garbage time, but I'm saying he wasn't only doing that. That's why I'm saying looking at this, showing me that she wasn't as bad in those minutes as he was making it seem. I mean, I already knew that. Again, like you said, watching the game, I already knew that. Her leash as a rookie is just short. He would just keep pulling her. But now that Vandersloot is out, he don't have no choice now. In fact, another reason why I know I'm right is because she was Vandersloot backup. She was the one coming in backing up Vandersloot. But then he kept pulling her and then replacing her with Rachel Banham.
Rachel Banham was the backup. She would come in after Rachel. She was the third string, bro.
No, she wasn't.
She was third. Oh,
She wasn't. And I could prove that because they said that there's videos with them saying that she's the backup. Because I'm not saying that. They're saying that she was the backup of Vandersloot, bro. Matt Hancock says, laugh out loud. Now she was playing verse Wnba.
Brooklyn, what I wanted to ask real quick, the question I was asking is, are you aware with the W site, the stuff that's highlighted in orange got a video clip connected to it?
Yes, I'm aware.
All right. You're a smart man. I know you figure you click around, you read, you know.
Who's that at 11.2?
11.2. That's
right below.
That's Courtney.
Yeah, she out of there though. Damn, Maddie, look at that. Maddie only played 5 games. That's crazy. That's crazy work right there.
Yeah. It's Tyler Marsh for you. That's why I was saying the other day, I would love to see Angel be able to get some minutes with a stretch, 4 or 5, whatever. I just want to see Angel out there with space to see if it looks different. That's, because what happens is they double and triple team her. And that's another thing about Angel. People want to come down on Angel so hard. They don't realize, like, they treating Angel like a superstar. One of the things that make you a superstar on the court is if you can draw a double teaming. As soon as Angel get the ball, I understand they double teaming her for different reasons than they would double team, a great scorer. They're double teaming a great scorer to stop them. They double teaming Angel because they think she's gonna put the ball up so they could block it, or she's gonna turn over. But they don't realize, like, it doesn't matter if you double team a person and they able to, because that's offense for your team. So if you double team a person and they able to make the right play out of the double team, you helping that player out. So, and then Angel, hopefully she's seeing the game. It seems like she's seeing that, making that pass. So
as I'm sitting here looking at that box score from that game, they picked up 36 points off the bench. Big part to Haley Van Lith and Wnba off the bench, right? So when you were showing the pie and Rebecca Allen was a negative, I didn't even realize that she went 0 for 8.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why. Stuff, man. Rebecca Allen playing trash, and It's like Rebecca Allen and Kia Nurse switch.
They switch
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah. And Rebecca Allen would
and Kia Nurse went 4 for 4.
and put Kia Nurse on the bench.
18 minutes. 0-8 in 18 minutes.
0-8. She was letting it fly and it died.
And she
I
was
gotta
like,
see these shots. Let me look at
But
these
see,
shots.
but look, that goes back to our conversation yesterday, Mo 3, about what we were saying about Angel. While we were saying like we'll give her grace, and you know, when your shot is not falling, you got to do other things, right? Because
Yeah.
look, that's what makes Angel a superstar, or what makes her a great player. Angel's shot wasn't falling, just like Rebecca Allen's shot wasn't falling, right?
yeah.
But she still impacted the game more than anybody else, even with her shot not falling. So people will always want to talk about Angel not being able to make a layup, and she can't do this, and she can't do the things, Caitlin Clark, whatever. Look how she affects the game outside of scoring. Look at what she's able to do.
Brooke, how you what's your policy on sharing a clip from those shot attempts from Rebecca Allen? Are you comfortable with that?
Are you talking about hitting this right here?
Yeah.
She also had 3 steals and 2 blocks yesterday too.
Ooh.
Angel.
Yo, this right here, for those, this right here to me is some of the coolest things I've seen with the W site. If it works,
You sure you can play this? They won't knock you.
If
I don't
it's small,
think so.
it don't bang if it's small.
I don't think so, because it's it's not YouTube. This is YouTube. It would.
But sometimes it don't always.
I
work.
never did it
Sometimes
before, so I don't know.
Sometimes it's the
Why
thing don't
don't
work.
it?
I don't know why it works sometimes. And sometimes it don't.
And it probably play on your phone. I don't know why it's not playing on the
No,
computer.
it's not showing on my side either. So like it's glitched out. I'm looking at it on my screen, on my computer too. I gotta pull it up also.
But I ain't gonna count. The WNBA site has been trashed since like 2008.
Yeah, bro. Like it don't work. But hold up. Here's the thing: the Rebecca Allen ones don't work, but Angel Reese shot attempt ones work. It's inconsistent, bro. Like you go click on another player ones, the clip from another player shot attempts.
It's so bad. I don't even go here no more. I don't know why people keep going here. It's horrible,
Like,
man. This site.
Not that for real. Like Brooklyn, if you click on another player's attempts, like everybody else's work except Rebecca Allen's. I guess it was so bad they don't want you to see Rebecca Allen's shot attempts. The next player. Oh, it's working now.
For Chicago, for
They go Haley shot attempts.
into the game. Atkins.
I ain't Rebecca Allen.
That's
That's,
Haley shot attempts.
That's whatchamacallit. That's Rachel.
That's Van Lift. Say Van Lift, 25-foot 3-point jump shot. You see bottom left.
That was
Atkins
Van
with
Lith.
assist.
That looked like Rachel. Rachel or Rolling.
Yeah, that is YouTube. I can't do that. I thought it was like they own camera.
No, that's from this. Yeah, that is from the game film itself. But it's still, you know what I mean? Their film. They have a right to do what they do. I seen people who they review it, they leave it small. They don't full screen it. But it's a clip.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, a highlight clip.
Let's go the last 5 games. Right, this is starting from when they played the Sparks, because they had a good game against the Sparks, but they lost, and they had the 2 game against Dallas that they won. And they after Dallas, I think they played the Liberty and lost. And then they just played they just beat Connecticut, right? So that's the last 5 games, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's what I keep trying to tell people. We need a star. We don't have a look. We're not gonna win nothing. With 12 points. I like the fact that Angel putting up 10 points though. I mean 10 attempts.
It's been like on average And I don't know if it's purposefully, but it's like every game they get her about at least 10 shots a game.
Yeah.
That's been like the standard, at least get her like 10 looks. Yeah, when I play 2K, I try to take at least 10 shots.
Courtney Vandersloot still there.
Top of the PIE for the team in the last 5.
Yeah, she
in the last 5. Also, one of those last 5, she was there. Two out of the last 5. 2 out of the last 5 games. It shows that games played. She played 2 out of them 5.
See, look, that you got to play Haley, man. In the last 5 games, and like Mo 3 says, some of this is garbage time, but
look, that
got to play her.
For that assist category, it's the assist percentage. Who's leading the way?
I didn't bring up the garbage time as like a knock on her to bring. I was just saying that's the reason why it was so high. I do believe. Remember, I was before the season even started. I was saying she was going to take Sloot job. All she had to do is average around like somewhere between 10 and 15.
So, well, that even goes with your eye test, right? Tyler Marshall has been trying to make Rachel Bannon a point guard a couple of games, right? Trying to make her the standing point guard, right? She's got 19% of the percentage of assists. Angel Reese was the primary playmaker. She's 24% of the team's assists, and Ariel Atkins now has been like the de facto point guard here and there. And so yeah, the numbers, the percentage of the team's assists does reflect in that by how they've been using Rachel Banham, Ariel Atkins, Reese has been the primary playmakers. Rachel Banham. Rachel Banham.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tyler Marsh trying to make her the point guard. Yo, I love that too also for looking at scoring just like in the fourth quarter. Who was the fourth quarter? Yeah, I love looking at it for that too. Like who showed up in the third and fourth quarter type deal. Yeah, you can go down a rabbit hole with this site, boy, once you start figuring out how to navigate it. And you want to do breakdowns, and then I was trying to look at the video, and this is the thing. Like, I don't care what they talking about with the stats in the third. Guess what? I also got the video of the actual play. So what you telling me? What you telling anybody about? Yeah, the numbers. Yeah, the number. I got the video. The video to back up the number 2 on the same video. The video, the clip of the actual play. What more do you want?
Why the heck you sound like Broke Lord right now?
What more do you want from me?
Don't be trying my big bro, kid.
All right, fellas. I feel like it's a good time to wrap up the show. You guys got any last words? Anything y'all want to say about the games that's coming on tomorrow?
Going on live after the game?
Probably not. Maybe we'll see. My schedule. I usually try to go on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Oh, okay.
So I'll probably be back on Wednesday. But I don't know if I'm not doing nothing and people want to, you know what I mean? I've been trying to actually go live before the games though, instead of after.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I've been trying to, but if people prefer me to go live after, I go live after. But with my work schedule, that's another reason why I'm getting off. It's 11:18. With my work schedule, I'm trying to figure out a way to fit all of this in, so I'm not cutting into my sleep time. Like we did, like we did yesterday. Yesterday we got on 3 in the morning.
7 hours.
I was gonna let that one slide.
I didn't even mean to do that. Yo, you know how when you just streaming and the conversation is going, I kept looking up, and it was just like, oh, we 3 hours in. Oh, we 5 hours in. Oh shit, we 7. Like I didn't even notice. Like it wasn't even like I was trying to go that long and none of that. Like today, I could kind of feel like I could feel the show. Like okay, we had a good show. I could feel it's like, you know, we got into the end. Yesterday, it ain't feel like that. Yesterday, it was just like we were just vibing. You know what I mean? Especially after you came up, Mo, because I was just sitting here. I was up here. I was talking. Bang, bang, I'm talking to the chat. And then you came up, and then it turned into a different show. Now we talk, and then Nate came up, and now, you know what I mean? Now we just conversating. So the time just kind of flew past. Then Miss Goody Two Shoes came up. The time just kind of just flew past, man. So I wasn't even thinking about
bro. Look, best games tomorrow. Yeah, I know everybody might be, but the best games tomorrow is going to be Aces versus the Lynx, and then
that's a question I want to. Yeah, good. That's what I want to know from y'all. What's the key game tomorrow? Like, what game sticks out to y'all tomorrow is going to be the game that, you know, is going to be the most fun to watch?
Oh, most fun to watch is going to be Liberty and Dream.
We got 6 games tomorrow. So what's the game? What's the marquee game tomorrow?
Liberty. The marquee game is Aces and Lynx, no doubt, because of the cachet and the players that are playing. But the shootout game,
you're right. I think it's gonna be. I think it's probably Dream Liberty, because Dream is playing well this year. Liberty is obviously playing like the Liberty, so I think that's gonna be the most competitive, most fun game. When you look at the Aces and the Lynx, it's a little bit different because Asia's not gonna be there.
True.
But like you said, that they, like Mo3 said, they still a good team without Asia. So to a certain extent. So those probably gonna be the 2 best games. Aces, Lynx, Atlanta Liberty. It's probably gonna be the 2 funnest games. Obviously, I can't wait to see. I don't care. I can't wait to see the Chicago Mystics game.
Yeah, all the Kiki area fans, the Kiki fans waiting to see if Angel can shut down Kiki. A lot of people been waiting for that matchup. For that aspect, it'll be interesting to see. You know what I mean? But again, if you want to see a shootout, you want to see something like. And I think JJ gonna be back. I saw somebody report JJ will be back. The Dream Liberty game is basically gonna be the shootout game.
Got you. Mo3.
Yeah, I think the Dream and Liberty.
Yeah, because the Dream been playing well. Again, like I said, what's her name? Ryan Howard been inconsistent this year. She's been inconsistent.
Alicia Gray, good.
Alicia Gray she's been balling.
Yeah, Alicia Gray,
yeah. So the Liberty, if they live up to the hype, it should be a competitive, good game. I think Liberty wins. But I think it should be a competitive, good game. And then the Aces Lynx, same thing. I think even though the Aces been playing well without Asia, they haven't been playing. You know, like Mo3 said, they've been taking some L's. So I think the Lynx handle business tomorrow. So Dream Liberty should be a more fun game to watch. But we got good basketball tomorrow though. Across the board.
I think Washington versus Chicago might be the second best game.
You know what? You might be right, because those young players on Washington is balling out. And they probably gonna have a chip on their shoulder from losing how they lost the prior game. I think they lost by like 40 to Atlanta or something like that. They got smacked. So they gonna, and then Angel's going back home. We got Angel going back home. So, well, no, actually, I'm wrong, because I don't think they playing in Washington. I think
playing in Chicago.
They playing in Chicago, so Angel's not going back home. All right, so we'll talk. If y'all want me to go live, hit me up, and if I ain't doing nothing, I'll go live.
All right.
Man,
peace out. Salute.
I might hit you before though, because
hit me around, because I get home around 5:30ish. So hit me around 5:30, because then I gotta prepare the show. So hit me around 5:30. So if people want me to go live, chat. If y'all want me to go live, hit me up tomorrow. Hit me in the comments of this video and say, yo, go live. And hit me up around 5:30 Eastern. Like I said, if you haven't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. If you ain't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel. Just trying to bring you guys some good content. You know what I mean? You are now tuned in to the Me-spective, Me-bound. Me-bound. I'm your host, Brooklyn 80s. Everybody have a blessed night.